Hello and good evening. Is ClipArtBot allowed giving sources? Yes, but I think that's broken at the moment. ClipArtBot is broken. It has always been broken. It will always be broken. Let me check if it actually is saving things right now. I have a folder where they all get saved, and if I sort it by date created, we will be able to see that no, it's not saving things right now. I think the part of ClipArtBot that saves GIFs is broken, so I should add source. I will do that. That's actually a really good idea. That makes a lot of sense. But anyhow, you know what else makes sense? The stream layout. And oh no, you get to see what game I'm playing because you can read the splits on the right. It's Sega GT 2002, which is a game that, if you know, it's probably because it came with the same disc as Jet Set Radio Future, which is the game most people probably care about in this day and time. However, I have really fond memories of Sega GT 2002, and I was looking at the speedrun community for this game, which I will now show you. I was looking at the Twitch support Twitter to see if anyone else was complaining about issues, and one person was, but I don't know if that's related. See, look, Chronicle mode, 4 people have ran this. That's more than 3. That is an insignificant number of people who have ran this game. So I figured, hey, why don't I run this game too? How hard can it be? Unfortunately, I am not one of the people from Top Gear, so I cannot tell you how hard it will be. However, I can tell you that I'm going to need to set up the Xbox for just a minute because I have not done that, because I am a good streamer and someone who prepares things in advance. Except I'm not. So bear with me just a moment. I've got to plug it in because it's not plugged in. I cannot find the chord. I have no idea if this is the chord or not. I'm just plugging it in and pressing the button to see if it turns on. That is the chord. Nice. Just instantaneous. It works. All I have to do is turn on the thing, and then it works. Isn't that amazing? You can just turn on a thing and it works. I mean, that is unbelievable. Also, someone, and by someone I mean Pinguino, made a clip, that's what they're called, a clip of my stream yesterday, and I watched it and I thought it was funny, so I tweeted about it. I also looked at my other clips and discovered, rather unfortunately, that apparently a lot of my streams from at least the past year have had audio echoing issues, and no one's ever mentioned them. So I can never trust any of you again, and I think what I'm going to have to do is probably get a decent pair of headphones and start using those. So I have a $25 pair that I bought like 6 months ago and used exactly once on a stream, the only stream when people complained about echoing. That was because there were actually other people who I was chatting with, and I thought, hey, maybe that's the reason. You've never noticed echo? Maybe it was only bad on that one stream. Specifically, it was a Jackbox stream. Maybe the volume turned up too loud. But until I get a decent pair of headphones that don't hurt my ears whenever I wear them like that pair did, I think I'm just going to turn the volume down really low on my end. So let's put the game in the machine, and then the game will be in the machine because we put it in there. Because that's how it works. There was an echo, but you thought it was intended. No, I never intended for there to be an echo. I guess it wasn't so bad that it was hard to deal with, but I thought that that was bad. At least the one Jackbox stream that there's a clip of that seems to be completely random. The echoing in that's really bad. But oh well. Lesson learned. Actually listen to your own streams every once in a while, because you'll find out there's an audio issue that you don't know about for the past year plus. So that's great. It also helps that I hate listening to my own voice, so I avoid doing that whenever possible, which led to this situation that I just described. Anyhow, let me put this game in. This game is 15 years old. 2002. And it's Sega GT. I guess you don't mind audio problems. Yeah, that was... his early streams were a thing when it came to audio. Where did I put my controller? I got it. Launch disc. This car could get its learner's permit. Well, you have to be 15 and a half to get a learner's permit, and this game is not quite... it's not even 15. I think it's not even 14 and a half. It's around 14 and a half. It would be another year or so. So also, I turned the volume of the game up in XSplit as well to help maybe equalize if there is any echo. But I'm going to have it down low on my end. So, this disc has the full games of both Sega GT 2002 and Jet Set Radio Future. And then we also have videos for this game, which I have. This game, which I had at one point, or my dad did. Then we traded it away. That's a good point. I completely forgot that I used to have that game. Wow. Mechasalt I have. Never had that one. Never had that. I do have that. I streamed that game. And I never had Xbox Live. Is this a video with the guy in the chicken costume? It's probably not. I think that was in some other game. But we need to learn about Xbox Live.
I just got into Xbox Live.
Oh, it is the guy with the chicken costume.
And I was playing one-on-one NFL Fever against some other players from around the country. My online ID is Dark Master. I was masking my voice. You can use your real voice, or you can pick from a list of voices. I was just being friendly. I mean, I'm not one of those game guys that gets like totally absorbed, you know? Taste it!
Oh man, that guy's not totally absorbed. Did the 360 ever have the voice manipulator thing? The voice changers, or did they get rid of that?
I mean, heck, it was no big deal. Oh, I don't think so. So I decided to be fun to
Actually, I don't think this is the video with the guy in the chicken suit. Well, maybe it is. We'll find out. But he's got to beat the #1 guy in the world at NFL Fever, and he loses 51-3. I remember that number. I don't know why.
I think I lost the football.
41-3.
Different game, homeboy. Anyway,
Man, my memory, it's terrible.
different game. I thought a team game might be fun. And then some friends and I...
Where's my car?
You see, Xbox Live has this Optimax feature that you easily find players all over the country who like the same games and levels. I got some boys here who'll make you wish you were never born. I've got Arctic Avenger, our master is in trouble. Buffalo Soldier, the Masterman.com, and Sleeping Giant. What's that? Right. Let's kick some tail. Oh, come on. All right, Buffalo Soldier, cover me. Arctic, look out. Oh, get back.
Why does his shirt just say hustle?
We just barely lost. I think I just got tired, and I had an exam the next day. I was busy thinking about.
Uh-huh. Likely story.
Distraught or anything about losing, you know. I mean, it would have been nice to have won, but hey, you win some, you lose some, right? Well, I don't know much about that, but
Chicken suit!
you can fit into that chicken suit. The job is yours.
The joke is, he liked Xbox Live so much he was talking about it in his job interview. Haha, very funny. You know what else is funny? Not this game. This is a serious video game product that I will play. A serious automobile driving simulator that it doesn't simulate things very well. But it at least did it better than the first game in the series. Which, I don't know if I've ever streamed that. Actually, I have technically streamed it. But I don't know if it was when anyone was watching. But Spot, yes. Also, look at how exciting this intro is. The excitement is just oozing out of it. Just looks incredibly exciting. Also, I can't hear the game over the sound of my Xbox's disc reader moving back and forth constantly. They put the video on like two sides of the disc. What's going on with that? Why not just play it? Filled with the dream, and filled with the dream to become a legend. This intro is like 5 minutes long, I think, so I'm going to skip it. I can barely hear that. Finally, the disc reader has stopped moving around. I guess we'll have to do a new game, which is alright. Do I not have any save files here? They might all be for Sega GT Online. Did I raise the volume a little? Sure. Is that coming through at all? The bar is not moving. Is this suddenly louder, or is it the same volume? Because the bar and XSplit's not moving at all, and maybe it's not going through properly. Have some audio. Just let me know how that is. This is probably way too loud. I've turned it up to max. It's either way too loud or the same, would be my guess. Did I actually try to load a game? Was there no game? There's no game. Game 1 out of 0. A little louder. It's on max volume, so something's gone wrong with the settings, I think. Let's see. Audio preview. Do I want audio preview? Or do I want system sound to be that? I don't know what I'm doing. Apply. If it still needs to be louder, then that means it's not going through at all. Maybe it's never been going through on XSplit and you've just been hearing it through my speakers the entire time. Wouldn't that be something? So if this is still too quiet, something's horribly wrong. I could just be really bad and turn it up on my end, and then you hear my speakers only. That would be bad, but if it's how it's been happening for the past year, as it sounds like it might be, then I guess there's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty much the same, then it's broken. Okay. I guess it'll be... Yeah, we'll go with it like this for now. I'll just turn it up on my end, so I'll hear it loud, and then you'll hear it coming through my speakers that aren't particularly high quality, that are partially blocked by the monitor that's directly in front of the speakers, and then the microphone's kind of off to the side, so sound quality ain't gonna be great, but I will fix that at some point. So there are several different types of speedruns for this game. There's basically do the Sega GT mode, which is like your regular campaign. There's also this Chronicle mode, which is kind of neat, where what you do is you have a selection of cars, and you can see here there's 6 stages. This is a kind of a weird graph. It's kind of confusing at first. Basically, these are the stages that each car does, and you go through all 6 of them, and when you do that, when you get top 3 in all of them, you win the car that's on the bar. So like, well, you know what I mean, probably. And then the ones to the right, if you get everything in the row, and then that bottom right one, you have to do everything. And you unlock more cars as you progress, so I think it's like 11 or 12 cars, or 13, that you end up playing. The speedruns all use this Corvette Stingray because it's presumably the fastest. However, I'm not 100% convinced that that's the case, because I believe the tracks are slightly different, and it might be that this car uses a really long track, and there might be some car that's almost as fast that doesn't use the really long track, and that might be faster overall. However, unfortunately, I cannot watch the world record video because it was removed on YouTube due to violating their policy on hate speech. So, apparently this game is a hate crime, or apparently the commentary was not quite appropriate. But I can promise you that this quality of commentary will be appropriate for a stream on YouTube. It will not be hate speech. I will not talk about how much I hate insert thing here that I hate. What do I hate? See, I hate the fact that I put these white sticker things on the spines of all my Xbox games that were 360 backwards compatible, because at the time I didn't really have a working Xbox. The Xbox I had, its disk drive was dying, so I wanted to know which games I could play on my 360 instead. And now I want to take them all off because I want them to all look nice on the shelf, but they're really hard to get off, and I've only tried to get one off, and it took way too long, and I didn't actually get all of it off. But anyhow, I don't have a problem with white stickers because they're white. I have a problem with white stickers because they're hard to remove, and I want to remove them. I guess I hate hate. That's true, I do hate hate. Hate is about the only thing I do hate. Let's go with the white Corvette. Or no, let's go with the red Corvette. Because I don't discriminate against any colors. So, you can choose between automatic and manual. The speedrun I watched did automatic. I have no idea if one's faster than the other. Red cars are faster. That is scientifically true. Well, actually, I don't know if it's scientifically true, but it probably is. But I think there are studies that show that people perceive red cars as faster than other cars even when they're moving the same speed. Or maybe that was just an anecdote I heard. But anyhow, let's do automatic. When I select this, the timer will start and we'll just go. No, except the timer won't start. I lied. Hold on. Exit. The current game will end. Why did the splits not work? Settings. Start is Z. Z. It worked. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Maybe I failed to press Z. Is the audio fine? In terms of volume, it probably doesn't sound great. But if it's fine volume-wise, I'll just go with this setup for now. It's a terrible setup, but it's apparently the setup I've unknowingly been using for the past year. It is fine. Alrighty. Well, the good news is there can't be any echo because there's only one sound input coming in here. It seems muffled, but it seems fine. I know it probably does. That's because I'm recording it from my speakers because the audio input is broken. And I don't know why. But anyhow. There we go. We're doing the run. Start. Actually the controls might not be configured properly for how I want them. Yeah, they're not. This game defaults to the A button being accelerate. It's the only Xbox game I know of that does that. But I have to map it to the triggers, or else it will not be a fun day. Also, apparently I need to turn traction control off. Do I need to... Oh, that's a good point. Should I turn off assists? I have no idea if spin control is faster or not. I just heard... I was reading an FAQ and they said traction control off is faster. I know you had to accelerate with the face buttons because that was all you had, but... That's what makes the Xbox so great for racing games. It has good triggers. I have no idea if I'm supposed to have this on or off. I'll turn it off. Controller. Let's see. Is this what I want? Side brake. I think that's handbrake. Yeah, I want type B. Please wait. You have type B setting. I'm going to save these settings. Saving game. And there's some weird gold things spitting in the bottom right. Man, I put a lot of hours in this game back in the day. Also Sega GT Online, which is literally the same game, but with more cars. Except it doesn't have Opal. I guess they lost the license for that. And it also doesn't have numbers on the sides of the cars in Sega GT mode, fun fact. However, it does have gathering mode, which is kind of interesting. But, whoops, we want a red car. But we're not doing that. I suppose you could speedrun gathering mode, that would actually be kind of interesting. Now loading. Oh my god, the wheel spin is so massive. Look at how cool it is. It starts out in sepia and then it becomes regular colors because it's the 70s. I want this view. Oh my god, this car does not turn at all. It's been a while since I've played this game and I'm getting used to the controls. I also think I've never played the game with assists off, so it's certainly very interesting. Bouncing on walls, it's a valid strategy. It's just complete wheel spin in second gear. Okay, I do need to brake here. It's way early. Bonk. This probably won't be a very good time. I'm just getting used to the game again. Also, I don't know if you can hear it. Probably not. But the music in this game is actually surprisingly good. Side brake. Oh, that did nothing. But that is how you take that corner. Probably not that one, though. Well, that went well. As long as I don't spin out, I'll be alright. I believe you can get upgrades in this game, which is good. I think I'm definitely going to want to upgrade my tires. They seem ill-equipped for this car. No! Okay. Kinda saved it. Also, has the audio become too loud? I feel like that's a possibility. Game kinda got loud. Also, it doesn't steer well. I've mentioned that before, but I'll mention it again a bit. I'll turn it up once I get to this straightaway, or turn it down. Turned just a bit too late because I was fiddling with the audio. Bonk. And split. The music sounds like white noise, but that's just because you're hearing the car engines. I don't remember when I choose my part. Here it is. So I can just mash until it loads. I want, okay. I want tire. Thanks for the host, stool softener. Listen to the terrible engine sounds in this game. Audi, no! I can't see anything. For anyone who just joined because of the host, I would like to apologize because the audio issues that have apparently impacted my stream for the past solid year, and I've just realized in this stream, and I'm too lazy to actually fix them now, so I'm going to do one more stream with bad audio. In fact, it's probably even worse than usual. I'm just recording them straight from my computer speakers. But hey, at least the tires made the car a lot better to drive. At least something's gone well. Bonk. So how's everyone doing tonight? How was your day today? Mine was okay. Oh dear. Wrong way. I'm aware. No, don't overtake me. Thank you for the bump. Spent it working on some mods for Motorsport Manager. That's cool. I bought that game earlier today, actually. Have not played it yet. Screw the road. Ignore the road. That's the message that this game has. I have not played Motorsport Manager yet. I got a $20 Steam gift card for Valentine's Day. Oh dear. And I was going to buy Motorsport Manager with that. And I bought it, and then I realized I had bought it with my PayPal account and not my Steam funds. So, whoops. I now still have $20 of Steam credit to spend on other things. Or maybe I'll get a refund and then rebuy it. But by the time that goes through, the sale might not exist anymore. So I'll find something to spend those $20 with eventually. Even though I just bought $30 worth of Steam games from that Humble Bundle. I'm interested in seeing if turning that spin control system back on would actually help me in the long run, because it'd be difficult to spin out, but I don't know if it actually slows you down at all. So I'll just deal with the spins. I'll exercise throttle control. It's not really as much of a simulation game as the likes of Gran Turismo or Forza or Project Cars, but it's not really as arcadey as, you know, an arcade racing game, or as the first Sega GT, which is essentially an arcade game. And split. The world record is 23 minutes right now. I'm looking at a time that is around 27. But we shall see. Oh, what do I upgrade next? I have no idea. I should have 7 points. Turbo. Give me a turbo. I should have actually watched a speedrun to see what people actually buy. I'm going to get the turbo because that will make me go faster. That seems like a good strategy. This is a short track. I should change the default camera if that's possible. I like behind the car view for this track, or for this game. Whoa, that car came by fast. So I looked into my opponent for the blind race event that starts this weekend, and apparently my opponent is actually a really popular Twitch streamer in Germany. Like, he has like 40,000 followers or something like that. I need to contact him. I was going to do it today, but I guess I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, it's not until this weekend, so it doesn't really matter. But his name on Twitch is Hair DK, if that sounds familiar to anyone. He's a German streamer, so unless you're German, you probably have no idea who that person is. I had no idea who that person is. They're quite literally more popular than Tim, so that means they have reached infinite levels of popularity. Nice. That was a much shorter track. Clear! Learning how to menu. Oh, I have no idea what to buy next. If I can afford the port polish, I'll go with that. I can't. Oh, I can. I will do that. Or maybe I should have done the weight reduction. I don't know. I don't know how much that will help. Maybe I'll do that next. Actually, it would improve handling, which for this track might be important. It looks the same as the first track we did, and that's because it kind of is. It just has an extra bit added to it. Oh god. Bonking failed miserably. How do I reverse? Y, no. You hold down Y. Wow, that's a weird way of doing it. Actually, it's the same way Gran Turismo does it. It's not that weird. But I'm now in last. And I'm spinning up a storm. Yeah, I think I probably should have kept spin control on. And also I'm probably going to lose. So if I don't get third, I can't continue. And at that point, I might as well just reset. And actually devise a plan for what parts I put in my car. Well, I definitely think wheels are first. Yeah, maybe I should just reset now, actually. I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to get top 3, I don't think. I'm going to keep going. I don't know why. Just because I think that's cool. I'm going to experiment a bit with bouncing on more walls. That actually seems like I might have been faster. That's not faster. How difficult is this to listen to right now? I'm curious. How bad is the audio quality? Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is the best audio you've ever heard, and 1 is a Broken Side album. And I'm definitely not going to do it. How bad is the audio? I've beaten some of my best times. I'd love to update them. We'll finish a run eventually. But let me do a few changes first. Change number 1. Spin control on. It's a 6. I'd prefer it to be higher, but there's not much I can do about that. Unless I fiddle with the audio for a bit here. But I don't know. That seems like a boring stream to watch me fiddle with audio, so just deal with the crap audio for this stream. And I'll fiddle around and maybe fix it next stream. Don't forget the camera. What camera? Oh yeah, default camera. Good point. View position. Is it rear 1 or rear 2 though? They're two different. I'll say it's rear 1. Because 1 is better than 2. And I'll save that again. Because there's no autosave in this game. Don't have to enter those settings again in the future. Is there anything else? No, I think I was just gonna do tires, then turbo, then weight reduction, port polish, exhaust maybe? Forget what else. There's brakes and suspension, and I feel like neither of those will really help that much. And we're off. Alrighty, so off the bat, spin control doesn't seem to be slowing me down. In fact, nothing seems different. I don't remember my time for this first level, so I have no idea if I'm doing better or worse than the last run. But I still gotta deal with the garbage tires for this level. Spin control, what are you doing? You're not controlling my spins. Are you in second gear? Oh, I should have. This is not good. Oh, that car gave me a nice bounce. Seems like it would be a tough game to speedrun, lots of RNG. We were talking about getting super good times, perhaps, but I don't think anyone's really put in a good time. The runs are like 23 minutes, 26 minutes, 27 minutes, and 20 or like 33 minutes or something on speedrun.com. I think it was faster than my... I think my... That was a 142 before. I could be misremembering that. After this, I'll have to try manual transmission. Because with manual, I could probably go straight to third gear, and that might reduce wheel spin and make the cars more drivable. Which is actually the same strategy that I used in the first Sega GT to beat some of the works races in that game. So maybe there is actually something to be said for that. God, was that a spin. It doesn't even happen in first gear, it's only in second gear that you have weird wheel spin. The new communities thing is good. Yeah, it is. Seems to be some new people stopping by. However, none of them are following, perhaps because the audio is so bad. But I will fix that soon. But Stool Softener, actually, who hosted me earlier, he's the guy who does the Puyo streams and sometimes pops in on Tim's streams. There we go, now that's a wall ride. Yeah, it's so much faster to hit that wall. Because it just bounces you in the right direction at a lot of speed. Whoops. The run is ruined. And my only complaint about communities is that I wish they were a bit more streamlined. As it is, there's current... Wait, what? Different... Oh, wow. I did not know that. So remember how I said the tracks are different for each car? It's not for each car, it's just they're randomly generated. Oh man, there's... Suddenly there is a ton of RNG in this game. To the point where... Okay, so this track... This is the longest track in the game. Oh, actually it's not. It's the longest track in the game that you'll get in Chronicle mode. There's a snow track that's longer than this one, but that does not show up in this mode. But basically, if this run was competitive, it would no longer be competitive at this point. Because I got a different track, and it's a longer track. Or I think this track usually shows up in runs. Man, that makes this very RNG heavy, a lot more than I initially thought. This game doesn't really have any modes besides arcade driving. Yeah, it just has a lot of different modes that are basically the same mode. As far as what you're doing, it's always driving around these tracks. There's the snow track I mentioned, there's a drag strip. But the tournaments are just do this and sometimes do a lap around the track really quickly for a license test. The sequel to this game, or kind of remake, Sega GT Online, added Gathering Mode, which has a bunch of sort of minigame type things that are different. Like there's a Gymkhana mode and some checkpoint modes. And I forget what the other modes are. I should play TDU sometime. I have that game. I really like it. The only issue is that I kind of can't get it to work on my 360. It has an issue. The game has a glitch where it just thinks your save is corrupt. Or it won't load because it sees you have DLC that it doesn't recognize, even though it should recognize it. And I think the solution is to clear your cache and not download the title update to the game. However, I haven't done that yet. and I kind of didn't want to, because I don't think there's a way on the 360 to delete the update to only one game. You have to do it for every game, and that would just be a pain, because then I'd have to do it for every game whenever I played it. Although that implies that I'll actually play games on the 360. I believe my time for stage 2 was 9:19, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares on this track. I expect it will be longer than 9:19. Perhaps a 9:40-ish. It is on... Yes, it is on PC. Only TDU 2 is on Steam, and that is not as good of a game as the first one. The driving mechanics in TDU 2 are kind of crappy. Although I did play that game and beat it. But both of those games on PC actually have a thriving mod community, which is kind of cool. So I actually thought about downloading TDU on the PC and playing that version with mods. Yeah, I don't think you can get Test Drive Unlimited on the PC normally. You'd have to... Well, you could buy it on Amazon. I think it was probably released on disc only, I would think. And it's from that time period where everyone was using StarForge. I hope it doesn't use StarForge, because you cannot play games that use StarForge on Windows 10 or anything above like Windows XP. If you try to install them, they will literally break your computer. I've had that happen to me multiple times with multiple different games. So don't try to install Trackmania Sunrise or Micro Machines V4 on a modern computer, because it will break them. Run them in a virtual machine. Or, I managed to get Micro Machines V4 installed on Windows 7, and I somehow bypassed StarForge by simply not installing it. It was weird. Like, it was a separate installer that installed the copy protection, and then I just canceled that and downloaded a no CD crack, and it seemed to work fine and did not break my computer. So I don't know what was up with that. If you can't buy it, that anything is fair game. I agree with that. I'm a fan of abandonware. Time to buy that turbo. I had Porsche Unleashed on the PC. That was a pretty fun game. Alright, so we're 22 seconds behind where we were before, thanks to RNG. That was not a good turn. Play this a lot. This is a great game. Bonk. I have a lot of fond memories of playing this game back when I was a kid. And now I'm playing it when I'm not a kid. So I'm legally an adult. We just bought a force feedback wheel for Dirt Rally. That's cool. I actually don't have Dirt Rally, surprisingly. So, I think I'm going to go with the weight reduction this time. And I don't know, what's that thing that costs 6 points? Is that something that makes you go faster? Because if so, I should probably buy that. It's like 25 on Back Alley CD Skeet sites. It goes on sale fairly often for like 25. So maybe I'll just wait for the next time it goes on sale and pick it up. Actually, I don't know if it's just my imagination, but the car actually feels a lot more stable driving around now that I've done weight reduction. Well, kind of. Also, Motorsport Manager is on sale for 50% off. I picked that up today. I have not played it yet, but I'll get to it eventually, maybe. Honestly, maybe I should get a refund on it, just because I bought it with the wrong form of payment, and then I'll rebuy it if the refund goes through by the time the sale is over. Spent $450 on the $25 game. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You could have bought Steel Battalion with that kind of money. Part of me kind of wants to collect every original Xbox game. But part of me also thinks that that's a dumb idea and it would cost way too much money. Especially when I want to collect the full set of Smash Amiibos, and I'm 8 away from that. Yeah, because like $450 is like one Steel Battalion. It's a convenient price point to point at, or something. You know what I mean, maybe. It's time for that part of the stream where I say that words are difficult. So is staying on the track. Is a Counter-Strike Go knife really $400? I've never played Counter-Strike. I played CSGO. So is it like a really rare thing that's really useful or something? Or is it like a particular kind of knife? I used to be into flight sim games. My dad liked flight sim games. He had a lot. He had a joystick, but not one of the actual flight sim joysticks. Just... oh god. It's all gone horribly wrong. I'll read what you guys are saying in a moment. Just a skin. Do do. Do do do. Alright, I'm gonna see what that... What is this? What is... Oh, there is no sixth thing. Okay, port polish then. I'll get the port polish, and then I will get the muffler. They're just skins, and it's like gambling. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've heard of those CSGO gambling sites. Oh man, we get to race against a Fiat in our Corvette. The most exciting race. It's the same music as the last race. That's silly. Screw braking, bouncing the walls. That's how you do it. Yeah, this is the city track, so I can just bounce in all the walls. Screw braking. This is why I don't buy the super brakes. They just hit all the walls. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay, this one I might need to brake for because it's a hairpin. And this section I want to be smooth through. Smooth in the groove! That's the opposite of smooth. And then I got rear-ended, but it actually worked out in the end, so I'll take it. Going off-roading, that's not so good. Yeah, listen to that tire screech. It's a very high-pitched squeal. Good God, that was a tire spin. Place your bets. What do you think my final time is going to be? I have no idea because I don't know what the last track is going to be. So I always thought the last track was that really long one. I didn't need to brake there. It's here I need to brake. But if it's not the really long track, I don't know what it's going to be. Isn't this driving a tire spin? I suppose, but like this is when the tires are spinning faster than the car is moving. Specifically, that type of tire spin. Where's the start-finish line? There it is. 21:20. I don't think this is going to be close to a world record. Unless this is like a super short track. Early 21st century. Let's go. Let's enjoy the cars of the early 21st century. Oh, it's that other track. Great. So do they just swap the order then? Maybe it's not so RNG dependent if that's the case. Well, it still would be because I have more power-ups now. I could call the upgrades power-ups. Oh, that was stupid. So actually this is probably going to be 25 minutes-ish, would be my guess. Too bad I can't see the world record video for reasons I mentioned previously. Oh dear, that's not good. I could watch what second place does. That might give me an idea for things. Right now I need to focus on gaining positions. Is it banned worldwide? It was banned due to their policy on hate speech, which leads me to believe it would be a world... Come on. Which leads me to believe it would be a worldwide ban. Suddenly the tires are misbehaving again. Also, I want to do manual. I'm just going to be in third gear the entire time. Well, until I have to be a gear above third gear. How is my Corvette losing to a Miata? How can I allow this? I cannot. That's the answer. I've taken 4th place. Man, I don't remember the car spinning this much earlier. Oh, that's bad. If I don't finish in the top 3, it doesn't count. I didn't finish. Which means I have to do this all over again. I see 3rd place. Let's go for him. If I let go of the accelerator entirely, it seems to fairly consistently prevent my car from spinning out all the way. So that's good at least. Span there too. That doesn't surprise me. Maybe putting the muffler on gives the car too much power, and the wheels can't handle it again. Maybe I should avoid that? And give it like the suspension or something? I honestly don't know what the suspension does at all to help you go faster. I mean, I know what the brakes do, obviously. I know I don't need those. Pass in the sand. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oops. I lost. No! It would have been like a 26. I was gonna say I failed, I think. Yes. Oops. Let's exit. Let me take a quick look at that other guy's run. 2nd place. See what they do. If I had won, I would have beaten them. So I'm now going to tell you with words what they have done. Oh, they don't use the Corvette. They use a different car. They use the Lotus Europa. That's interesting. Wonder if that is faster. Just because it's easier to drive, maybe? I wonder if the Jaguar E-Type might be the fastest, but I have to unlock that, and I can only do that by beating these other events. And that would take time. Let's see, I was at, what, 919 with Corvette after stage 2. Let me try the Europa and see what time I get after stage 2 with this car, assuming the tracks are the same. Split didn't work. Great, thank you. Thank you, game. Let's exit. And try again. All the splits are not working because I think I know why. My window is XSplit and it needs to be the splits themselves, I think. Yes, okay. Splits are working. Sorry about that. It's time to do a bit of experimentation. Actually, this car might not be that bad either. So that's 157 horsepower. This one's 124. I think there's something to be said for several of these cars maybe being the fastest. The only thing I know is that the S800 that you unlock is most definitely not the fastest. That is the slowest car in the game. Does anyone remember what my time was at the end of stage 1? Like a 4 something, 440? Or 340 maybe? 410? I don't remember. Man, already I can take these quarters so much better. I maybe should have braked there. Almost made that corner. Slowed me down a lot. So I should brake for those sets of corners. I do remember my first lap time was a 141. I can use that to compare. I don't know, this might be too slow. Just depends on what kind of bounce I get here. A 143. I'll keep going. It'll be interesting to see how much better this lap is now that I actually brake in the places I need to brake, and it'll be a clean lap. Okay, this lap time's looking a lot better. Probably just need to tap on the brakes on this car. Seems like just getting on the brakes allows your car to get a bit more sideways, taking turns more quickly. What's world record? It is 23 something. It actually exists, believe it or not. Clear! Now that my car is not off the screen, you can actually see when you clear. What do I want? I want tires. I'm using the same strategy as I did for the other car, which might not be the best strategy, come to think of it, because this car, I don't think it needs tires, not yet, at least. I'll go with it. Oh, a shorter track, okay. I wonder if this track is possible to get in the Corvette, or if you only get it with this car. Maybe some cars do get different sets of tracks. Regardless, we're definitely going to be ahead at this point. Chronicle mode does that sepia thing at the start because it's supposed to look cool. This game does a lot of weird effects that are supposed to look cool but don't really. Particularly in the replays, you can add like embossed. You can make everything look embossed, which is the dumbest thing. It's just all grayscale, except little lines for where everything is. It just looks brown. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there definitely might be something to be said for this car over the Corvette. No, some of your mic is off. No one can hear you because you're in a chat room and not a voice room. But you are here. Hope your nap was good. Actually, I think tires do help me. So I think they're good even in this car. It certainly feels like I can turn more easily into these corners more quickly. And speed is important. I'm a full 2 minutes ahead of where I was in the Corvette. Time to get that turbo. You dreamt about Mass Effect and alien swimming pools. Sounds like a fun dream. Whenever I dream, or whenever I nap, and then I wake up, and it's still today, I always feel kind of weird afterwards. 83% of aliens prefer to be called their first name. Really? I feel like the same applies to humans as well. How do we know that aliens even have the concept of first and last names? Why do they just have names? Like it's all one name, like Flidibber Hahwidli, or something like that. You know, you could just make infinite combinations of sounds, and there you go. That's the name of some other guy. They do in Mass Effect. All right, fair enough. I've never played that game, although I did try that 7-day free trial of EA Access, which I believe has some Mass Effect games in it. Because I wanted to play the Need for Speed games, and I tried Rivals out. I never played that before, and it's not good. You don't need to play Need for Speed Rivals. I did it for you, and I can tell you it's not good. I also want to play the new Need for Speed game, which is just called Need for Speed, and I've also heard that's not good, but have not played that yet. I probably will tomorrow. But you can also get Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield 4, and what else did I download? Of FIFA, because I've actually never played a FIFA game, and I'm curious. It's only $30 a year for EA Access, which is a pretty good deal, but I don't know. I might not get it. I might just play what I can with my 7-day trial and then get bored of everything. I guess it depends on whether or not I like one of the games I end up playing. That's really the case. I did not like Need for Speed Rivals, so. Alrighty. I expect future tracks will be longer, because otherwise this is going to beat the world record by quite a margin. What do I want? Weight reduction. Early 90s. I have no idea what track to expect for this. This one. Oh yeah, it's always this one. I'm dumb. So again, more handling parts for this track, which is good, because it has a lot of tight corners. It's my money, and I want it now. Call JG Wentworth 877 cash now. They actually put new videos on their YouTube channel recently. You should take a look at them. And this car is so much easier to drive than that Corvette. Like, you probably couldn't spin out in this car if you tried to. Not like I particularly want to right now. Probably don't even need to brake there now. I think I've ran out of things to say for the day. I've said all the things I've wanted to say. Uh-oh. That was bad. Did I say my prayers? Oh, you do need to break there. Okay, my bad. I'm learning. This is going to be a not great lap, but whatever. Who should I pray to? Should I pray to Lord Taco Tom, who I just made up? I'm expecting the really long track for stage 6. Clear! Pray to Xenu. Alright. Dear Xenu, please give me the world record. Thank you, 10. Is that how praying works? Did I do it correctly? Make a Taco Tom game where he just rules over a planet. That could be kind of interesting. I will pray to Buttspa, that's true. I should found a religion based around Buttspot called Buttology. You know, people say, "Oh, I'm a Christian. I'm a Buddhist." Well, me, I'm a buttologist. No, it's anime. You say anime at the end of every prayer. And if you pray enough times, Taco Tom will become an animated series. A Buddhist proctology. Proctologist is both my profession and my religion. Buttspot has a following of at least a dozen people. He's in like 200 channels now. It's kind of crazy. People really seem to like him. Screw breaking. Every night you pray to Taco Tom, but alas, no Taco Tom the animated series. If I had the money and the budget to make one, I totally would. You never pray, but you'll pray for Taco Tom. Thank you, Seme. I really do need to get back into making Taco Tom. I feel like I might work on that some this semester just because my classes seem to all be kind of easy. And I have a fair amount of free time. Except I think art takes up about as much time as my other 3 classes combined. Which is kind of funny. Just because art has homework that you can't not do. And it takes a while to do it. Taco Tom, the webcomic. If I had drawing skills, I would do that. But I don't have drawing skills. I'm in a painting class right now. You will help me make a webcomic. Alright. I wonder if I actually could make a Taco Tom comic. If anyone would actually read it. Clear! Actually, can someone tell me what the world record time was again? Because this actually might be kind of close to it. Depends on what track we get. If we get the really long one, which I suspect we will. Messed up the menuing. If we get the really long track, we won't get the world record. But if it's not that, there is a chance. It's going to be the really long track, yep, of course. Oh well. Let's do our best. Let's put a time up on the board. We should be able to get second. Easily. And also, still go ahead and remind me what the record is. It's not impossible. If it's like a high 23. I just stormed through here. $23.52, so it is a high 23. I don't know. This track runs about 2.5 minutes a lap. It'll probably be in the 24s would be my guess. I suspect the 23-minute time might have used a different car than this, but unfortunately, there is no way to find out the strategy that was used to obtain that time. So I've only got second place to go on by, and they use this car. I want to unlock the E-Type, so I feel like that might be the fastest. CAD set a really low bar. You just have to be an adequate comic. That's true, but I don't even know if I'm adequate. Yeah, looks like you're gonna be about half a minute behind the record. Maybe 20 seconds. 25. I mean, we'll find out in like 2.5 minutes. So, can we write a webcomic that's like an old Disney cartoon, and Taco Tom lives in a world of humans, and no one comments on it? So it's like Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario Odyssey. You can go to high school for some reason. Well, I already have ideas for other characters in the Taco Tom universe. I've probably mentioned them before, but there's a squid, there's a penguin, who's a penguin in my avatar. There's an alien thing who turns himself into a potato at one point, but then goes back to an alien. There's a literal mutant, which is the penguin and the squid's child. And there's Taco Tom's evil ex-girlfriend, Taco Sally. So there are a lot of characters in the universe, and they all have problems. Which is to say, Taco Sally is a murderer, Taco Tom's a cannibal, the penguin's a drug addict, you know, things like that. And eventually, once I make Taco Town 2, you'll find those out in the game. And this car handles so well. This car is really fun to drive. All those edgy background stories. Well, I mean, I suppose it's edgy, but it has to be presented in a way so that it doesn't seem edgy. And you can make it work. 24:18. It's a pretty good time. That's what? 26 seconds behind the record? Were there 26 seconds worth of errors in this run? There's definitely some seconds of errors. Also, take a look at the cool cameras that this game has. Oh, this one could really use some de-interlacing. It's like from behind the car, but not really. The field of view is really narrow. Whoa! 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 Here's behind the car, and here's actually playing the game. You can change between the cars, and it'll give you information about each car, like the IS was created to give Lexus a sportier image and a broader buyer base. Japanese and European specs are only set with 2.0-liter engine, but the US gets the 3.0-liter 2JZ-GE engine. Other than some minor tweaks, this is the same engine that is used in the GS300 for the US market. No, Vinny. Seme stole Pyoro, and he lives with her now in her house. And he's forced to pretend to be a cat, or else Seme will murder him. It's a sad story. That's why he doesn't appear in the chat anymore. But anyhow. I suppose it might be theoretically possible to beat the world record with this car and with the parts I bought. But it would be tough. I won a car in quick battle. There's nothing to do with this game. Oh man, an ending cutscene. Look at these dates. They are numbers. That's a car. That's also a car. I want to try the Skyline. I want to see how that does time-wise. Oh man, the time goes into the future, and it fades out before it gets to the present. Oh man. Some cool music going on. Congratulations! The legend of racing will never die. Dun dun dun. It will take over the world. Just give it time. So anyhow, what car did we unlock? The 240Z. 147. This is 157. So therefore this car must be better than this one. So let's give this one a try. Thus, it seems like it's really slow. At least now we have splits that we can compare. Although the different tracks makes it kind of difficult. I wonder if it's possible to get that short track with the Corvette. But even then, that still might be slower just because of how much it spins around. Oh, I should have braked there. Oops. Not doing so well in this car. I do not think this is as fast as the other car. I think we're going to have a lap time well in the 150s. And if that's the case, I might give the Corvette another try. Actually, maybe not. We are getting up to speed here. Should you go play Elder Scrolls? You should. You should play the game. Yeah, that's actually very slightly faster than the time I got with the Europa. So yeah, I'll keep going. Or was it? Did I get like I don't remember the times I was hitting. All I know is that you need to brake there. Man, the future looks cool. That's what the future really looks like. Then I must think Clipart bot. Because I can't wait. It's like that song by New Shoes, which is called I Can't Wait. And in that song, the lead singer sings about how she can't wait. Because she can't. This might actually... We might be ahead slightly. We are 2.2 seconds. With the mistake. So we want tires. And now, this stage needs to be the short one, or else that needs to happen later. Oh, that's the really long one, okay. So we will be way behind on splits, however, we can gain that time up later depending on whether or not we get a fast track or not. Is playing ESO not sitting around? Well, that is a good point, but at least you're being productive with your time. That's what really matters. At least you're enjoying your time. Whereas I just usually sit around and browse the internet and do nothing and then feel bad about myself. You went from your bathroom to your office to play. That is productivity. But when you finally get the Nintendo Switch, you won't have to leave the bathroom to play. At least not Skyrim. You should buy Mercedes-Benz. Just pointing that out. Also, it's bad to get the really long track early because your car is not as fast and therefore it will take longer. You said bedroom. Oh, bedroom, yes. Why did I read that as bathroom? Everyone should go out and buy, well, or pre-order a Nintendo Switch right now. I don't think I've ever been as excited for a console as I have been for the Switch. Because I kind of impulse bought a Wii U when it came out, and I wasn't excited for the Wii before I actually played it. And the original Xbox, maybe the 360. But I think I kind of only bought the 360 because it was the sequel to the Xbox and I liked the Xbox. Can I do this lap in 15 seconds? If not, I'm going to be behind on time. I think I'm going to be behind on time. I can't afford one right now. Oh, I'm sorry. But you know, the Switch isn't everything, because you can't play Sega GT 2002 on the Switch. And that is a major problem. No game console is complete without Sega GT 2002. And that's why only the original Xbox and the Xbox 360 are the only good consoles ever released. Actually, I'm just joking. I think as far as the test of time is concerned, I don't know how well the 360 will age because primarily of its reliability issues, particularly with the older models. The PS3 might live on a bit better just because I think the hardware is a bit more reliable. But that's talking like 10, 20, 30 years down the road when those things are actually antiques. With the high demand this game has, it will come to the Switch. I mean, you could be right. I mean, Sega ported Puyo Tetris over. I mean, surely they'll port Sega GT 2002 over as well. I'm sure there won't be any licensing issues with that. You have an older model 360 and it refuses to update, so you can't play it anymore. Oh. I'm on my third 360. My first two both died after 2 years or so. First 360 I got it during my birthday party, and it died during my birthday party 2 years later, which is kind of funny. Alrighty, I'm like a full race behind on time, which does not bode well, but I'm going to finish this just so I can unlock the other cars. I want the turbo. Oh man, I can get an NA tune in this car. There is a 6-point thing. Oh, that changes everything. So I should get the weight reduction and then the bolt-on turbo and then the port polish. That's the plan. The real question is, when are all the HD remakes of the XS and sports games coming to the Switch? That's a very good question. And I think we need to send letters to Microsoft begging them to re-release the XS and sports games. A remake of NHL Rivals would be a killer app. Don't forget about NBA Inside Drive. I mean, I'm sure that would be able to compete against NBA 2K. I mean, just look at all the luck EA has had with their basketball franchise. Surely there's room for a third. Microsoft has their own console. Well, what if we bribed them into making Switch hardware? Or Switch games, rather, not Switch hardware. But why would people care about Virtual Console Banjo-Kazooie when you can just play it on Xbox Live? I guess you can have it on your Wii. It's right there. But you can get the Xbox Live Arcade version, or you can get it on Rare Replay. But I can't get it on Rare Replay because I don't have an Xbox One. You're gaining time. You gained 11 seconds. You called Sony tech support today and didn't get called names, so that's a step up from EA. Good job, Electronic Arts. They've really improved their reputation the past few years. They used to be the brunt of every joke, but now it's Ubisoft. You don't have any Xboxes? Didn't you have a 360 at one point in time and then traded it in? I have an original Xbox and an Xbox 360. And I also have an Xbox Pop Station that was officially released and sponsored by Microsoft. Came in a cereal box. It's shaped like a ladybug. It's an actual thing that exists. Yeah, Ubisoft hasn't been doing so hot lately. I mean, like, Origin is like the best thing ever made when you compare it to Uplay. Uplay is just terrible. You can get an Xbox Slim for less than $100. That's not a bad deal, honestly. Oops. Yeah, EA's been doing better lately. They're not perfect by any means, but they've improved from their Dungeon Keeper days. That being said, I have no idea how intense the microtransactions are in their sports games these days, like FIFA and Madden. I remember a few years ago they were really bad. Don't know if they got better. I'm curious to see what the time difference is going to be on this stage because it was the same track as before. So I want to see if this actually is a faster car. the Ultimate Team Trash has completely overtaken FIFA. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on each version of FIFA. And those dumb microtransactions. But like, if I just want to play an arcade soccer game, can you still do that in modern FIFA? Just like play a game of soccer. Or is that just restricted to more indie type games now? What about PES? Although actually, that's a good point. I think Konami now has a worse reputation than Ubisoft. They're probably the most disliked game company now, I would say. I've never played FIFA either, but I will probably download FIFA 16 on my EA Access trial. Is this going to be faster? Seems like it might be slightly slower. Two seconds. I'll say that's within the margin of error. They're about the same. Is Konami a game company? Well, they're publishing that Bomberman game on the Wii U that looks terrible. So I'll say, kind of, yeah. They're still doing PES. Oh wait, I can't do the Bolt on Turbo. Why can I not get that? Oh, is it only you choose between the Turbo or the NA tune? Is that it? You prefer to watch sports over play the games? I kind of do too, honestly. Although I don't watch them very much. This has no chance of being a PB, I don't think. But I'm going to finish anyway just so I can unlock things. Also, remind me to save the game after I finish this run. Used to love the NHL games, but the rubber banding killed it for you. I mean, that reminds me, the Need for Speed games have insane rubber banding. Like all of them since at least Hot Pursuit 2010 have really bad rubber banding. And it makes them kind of not fun. I think the early Need for Speed games are the best. High Stakes, Hot Pursuit 2, and Underground 2 are probably the best, in my opinion. What is rubber banding? It's when AI that is behind you will go really fast to catch up, and when AI that's in front of you will go really slow to let you catch up. So basically it's designed to keep the race close, and when it's done to a minor effect it's fine, it's beneficial, but when it's done to such an effect that it is overpowering, then it's detrimental. And it's not just in racing games, it can be in other types of games like Yakov points out. I should play Football Manager. I just bought Motorsport Manager. It's made by the same devs. So it's pretty... It's the same thing, but with the sport I actually care about a non-zero amount. He went and saw the team he played as in real life. That's pretty cool. Are they a good team? They beat Manchester United? Or that Qatar team that's on every FIFA cover? Or that one team in Spain that's really good? Scottish second tier, apparently. I have no idea if that's good or not. Well, beyond getting the bad track choice, times have been pretty consistent with this car compared to the other one. The guitar team is Barcelona, which is also the good Spanish team. Okay. Yeah, we do not get the short track to balance out the time. So does Qatar have their own soccer team? Why do they sponsor a team in Spain? I'm sure there are some people who freaked out about lady soccer in FIFA. It's Qatar Airways. Oh, I see. But wouldn't they only operate to and from Qatar? Do they go to Spain? I feel like Spain to Qatar is a long way, but maybe they do fly to Spain. Maybe they offer trips from Barcelona to Qatar. Yeah, Arsenal, that's the name of the team. Or no, that's the name of a team that I've heard of. Is that the Barcelona Qatar Airways team? They're still hosting that World Cup. Hasn't been taken away from them yet. I wonder if that does end up happening, how many people will protest it. At least one would be my guess. Yeah, I figured at this point no one was going to do anything to stop him. I mean, I guess the teams could individually decide to not play, but why would they take it away? Probably just because, I don't know, public outcry due to corruption. I don't know, maybe you didn't hear about the slave labor stories from a year or two ago. It's kind of a not great situation. And then doesn't Moscow have it 2018? Who has the World Cup in 2018? Or actually, it's the whole country that has a World Cup, I think. So it would be Russia, if I'm remembering that correctly. Man, we're only like a year away from the Winter Olympics. It's kind of cool. I'll get to watch bobsledding. I like bobsledding. Only thing I like more than bobsledding is George sledding. At least Moscow is a respectable city. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is in Russia, but at least it's in not the worst part of Russia. Have they mentioned anything about 2026, the World Cup? Who's getting that yet? Have people done their candidate city thing yet? Also, 2556. I got a gold split on that last stage. Not like it matters much. I think this car was slightly slower and I got longer tracks. Most of Butsabutt is crap. But Moscow is a nice city. Oh man. Butsabutt. That is the best name for a city. You've seen this cutscene. Look at this photo. I would like to remind you that the legend of racing will never die. It's still better than second place, it's true. I don't know what the other people were doing. I'm gonna save. What's my total play time? 1 hour, 54 minutes, 28 seconds. Now you know. What car did I unlock this time? Could it be the fastest one? I don't think so. But I don't know. That's a rally car. It'll be naturally good at handling. Maybe this car might be something that was a 71. What year is this? 70. Somehow I feel like this is slower than the Skyline. Look at this graph. Okay, chat. Should I try the A110 or the Corvette again? Or would any of these be the fastest? I don't think so. This is only 124. Maybe this could be in the same realm as the Europa. I'm gonna go with this one. Will be blue. You know, all depends on the time. Or the tracks I get, rather. It's slow to switch gears. Yeah, this is not as fast as the other cars, I don't think. So we were ahead at the first corner, weren't we? No, I'm struggling. I want that E-Type. I have a feeling that might be the fastest. We shall see. Racing blue makes you faster because of the color of the sky. I believe we deduced that red is actually the fastest color. This is not the fastest car, I don't think. Man, I don't know how many more cars I'll have to do before I get to the E-Type. Because I know there's the S800, which is absolutely not going to break this record. That is the slowest car in this game, pretty much. And there's the... Oh god, my car maxes out at 89 miles an hour. Or maybe we'll get a bunch of short tracks. I think you were wrong, Seme. So my time without a major collision is 148. This is... no, basically. Did I see some serious star? I don't know what you are referring to. Oops. You secretly speedrun this and you're trying to undermine me. Oh no! You're gonna steal the world record from me, even though I don't have it. Oh, Back to the Future. That makes sense. There is no DeLorean in this game, unfortunately. Should I try the 240Z? What do you guys think? Or should I try sticking a turbo on this guy and seeing if that makes it super fast? Just keep going with this one. And just unlock all the cars. Try the fastest car. That's the thing, I don't know what car is the fastest. I mean, I guess technically the Corvette is the fastest, but it's also the hardest to control. I am 14 seconds behind. Finish this run so I at least unlock a new car. That's true. Maybe we'll get... Man, I should have redid that race with the Corvette, because then I want tires. Because then I would have only had to do one race in that, and then we would have unlocked a car. That was dumb of me to not finish that out. It's not even the fast track. Well, I hope you enjoy the next 20 minutes of my splits being very red. I wonder if it's possible to get the short track with the Corvette, and if that would be faster overall. Now that I have splits, I'm actually curious as to whether or not the Corvette will beat them. So for those watching or listening, specifically listening to the stream right now, how bad is the audio quality compared to what it used to be? Because I know for a fact that right now, the only way you're hearing the game audio is through... It's not being fed directly to the stream. You're just hearing it on my speakers, and it's being picked up on the mic, because it's completely broken in XSplit. You don't notice anything changed. It sounds the same to you. So basically what I'm hearing is that for the past year or so, my XSplit has been improperly configured. Well, now that you mention it, it does sound kind of terrible. So yeah, maybe... So I guess there's multiple audio issues. There's the issue with echoing when the sound has been working, and then there's the issue of it sounds terrible when it's not coming through. So I'm going to do a lot of fiddling, some trial and error. It's functional. I mean, it'll work for now, but if I want to become a world-famous Twitch streamer, I'll probably want better quality audio than this. Good night, Bryant. Thanks for stopping by. Man, I forgot how fun this game is. Like, the handling really... It's really genuinely fun. Like, even today. It's a great handling model. Not necessarily the most realistic, but really fun. You should buy an Alfa Romeo. I'm off-road, I'm on-road. Everything is alright. So earlier, or yesterday, I was talking about meme-a-thon ideas. I forget to mention speedrunning wild animal racing. I feel like that's a great meme game to stream for meme-a-thon. But I also don't have the world record. So I don't know if the person who does have the record might be streaming it, or if maybe they'd like to do some sort of a race. Or maybe they would not like to do a race, in which case a race will not happen. Stage 3. It's the short stage. So I can put on the turbo now. So let's see, my car goes faster than 89 miles an hour now. I don't know if it's still stuck. I don't think you can upgrade the transmission in this mode. So it might just be permanently stuck at 89 miles an hour. Didn't get up there. Oh dear. That is a decreasing radius corner, I believe. Keeps throwing me off at least. Man, the next time I stream, my goal is for you to be flabbergasted by the audio quality. It'll be the end of this era of mediocre sounding audio. It's like upgrading from mono to Dolby Digital Surround Sound 5.1. Nope. We are still stuck at 89 miles an hour. That is great. Very efficient. Actually, I might venture away from my formula and try the suspension instead of the weight reduction. So I'm curious to see how that helps, if any. If I can note any difference. Although it doesn't help that I'm using a different car that might behave differently. Yeah, I think it did just increase acceleration, and only really low speed acceleration. I don't think that turbo did much, honestly. We did gain 3 seconds, so that's good. It buttsed acceleration. Suspension is 2 points. Now loading. I think the suspension just reduced body roll. Does this game even have body roll, or am I just imagining that? Oh man, that RX-7's taking off. But I'll take it in the inside. Oops. I like how this game tells you what car you're driving in the top right there. Just in case you forget what you're driving. You can always remember. Oh, clip art bot's broken. Couldn't find a GIF. I don't know why it does that. Maybe try something that's not a GIF. Maybe clip art or stock or Deegan, see if that fixes it. It probably won't. Remind me and I'll reopen clip art bot after this whole thing. But actually it doesn't even matter because there's no way I can win on time. Come to think of it, I'll just do it after this race then. It kind of works, it's just not removing. It seems like it randomly fails to clear some of the pictures. So actually that helps isolate the problem that I've had with that for the past who knows how many months. Maybe when it's not finding a GIF. Maybe when it doesn't find a GIF, it can't properly refresh or something. Man, how is it past midnight already? Probably because I started streaming kind of late. I wasn't actually sure if I was going to stream tonight, but then Fairy told me to stream, so I did. I can't stay up too late because I have class tomorrow. But I might stream this again tomorrow night. And we can actually try to get the world record. Because I think I can do that. I just have to find the right car and have the right amount of luck. You can do that one-handed and reload ClipArtBot at the same time. Alrighty, ClipArtBot should be back up and running, so do a command. Oh, what do I want now? I want the port polish. We're going for speed now. Not like it matters because we're stuck at 89 miles an hour. Oh no! Apparently Joe Biden was no use. I like Joe Biden, though. He was of use. He did vice presidential things. And he helped make that one subreddit. Also, I'm struggling to keep up. I'm not even in the lead. Joe's a swell fella. He is. He's a cool guy. And watch all the cars leave. I'll just zoom away. There they go. I can't do anything about them. Bonk. Bonk. Now, I've kind of really enjoyed these daily speedrun a game streams. They've been fun. Have you enjoyed them, chat people? Should I do more of these where I just pick a random game and speedrun it? I think the games I've done so far have been fairly simple games to learn, but you can kind of actually do a solid run in a day. And some of the others I've been thinking of might take more than one day to learn. Enjoy while your internet crash. Enjoy these daily speedrun streams of random games. You've enjoyed daily streams. Oh, I'm sure you have, Pinguino. Let's go overtake the RX-7. Oh. I'm gonna get second, I think. I can't do anything about him. How did Crazy Taxi go? I need to get back to Crazy Taxi. Oh, I didn't even get... Splits stopped working. That's alright. I did not get a decent run yet in Crazy Taxi. My time's like 23 minutes. Last place on speedrun.com is 16. So actually, maybe I should do that tomorrow. Before I forget everything I learned. Because I want to not... I want to have a time that's good enough to not be last on speedrun.com. That's my goal for Crazy Taxi. My goal for this game is to get the world record, and it's the long track. This is going to be like a... This is going to be a 27 or 28, I think. So yeah, bottom line, this car is not the fastest car in the game by any stretch of the imagination. Absolutely will not be the car to use for speedruns. So far that Europa is looking pretty solid. I want to give the Corvette another try. Maybe on these cars I should actually turn the skid recovery, or the spin recovery off, because I think I still have it on. Didn't really do much to stop the Corvette from spinning. Maybe it's been kind of detrimental to these cars. Maybe the Europa would go faster without that. Just thoughts that I have had. I hope I get the E-Type after this, but my fear is that I'm going to get the S800, which I know is useless. So if I get that, I might do the Corvette run again. I'm already behind my record by a minute. Bonk. But honestly, it might be a good idea to go through all of the cars. Because there might be like one car where all the tracks are short or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. Because there's some tracks that we haven't seen once yet. And most of those are short. Could also do speedruns of the campaign mode of this game, which go for 2 hours. How boring would that be? I ask people who have already watched 2 hours of this game today. There'd just be 2 hours of one run, with maybe a bit more variety. And there would be... There's a really hard race about 1 hour and 55 minutes into that 2 hour run. The campaign mode is pretty much just this, yeah, except there's strategy involved in buying cars and buying parts for the cars to go as fast as possible. Get ready on time, I say. Not like it really matters. 27:51. Just keep doing worse and worse. But it's the car's fault, not mine. What car did I unlock for free roam mode? The Renault Clio, that's a nice car. So I've gotten 1 third place so far. The legend of racing will never die. There's something slightly sad about those pictures and I can't quite place it. Maybe it's just the small car with no one else around it. It looks sad and depressed and old. Oh, what? Wait, hold on. I need to save and then we'll see what car we got. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, let's see what car we got now. It's the S800. Great. This thing. 56 horses. Let me save. And then... Actually, maybe I should give that 240 a try. Just see maybe if it's like super fast or something. I'll do that and then that'll probably be it for the stream. So I have to go to bed before 3 o'clock. Yeah, I know how this works. Because I've speedrun it before. I've got 3 hours. Well, I was kind of joking when I said I had to be in bed before 3. I really want to be in bed before, like, 1. Okay, this already appears to be faster than the Renault / Alpine. It also does not handle as well. Can we go above 89 miles an hour? We can! We've reached the blistering speed of 90. I'm curious to see what the first lap time is going to be here. Don't hit the wall. Good. We avoided the wall. Did not crash the car. However, we will crash the car in just a bit. Are you ready to crash the car? Here we go. Bonk. Oh man, this is going to be a 138. That's the fastest I've done yet. Although I didn't crash. I think before, on my first lap, I crashed. But really, to some extent, it doesn't matter how fast the car is. It matters what tracks I get. Oh, that was sloppy. It's like a sloppy Joe sandwich, except you can't eat it. Because it's not actually a thing. Last stream we went over the fact that you cannot eat concepts, but it turns out you can't eat them either. I just like to make that public in case anyone had any confusion in regards to the matter. You cannot eat concepts. The concept of whatever it was I was talking about, I forget. But regardless, it's inedible. You can't eat it. What's my time going to be? It's going to be a PB, but by how much? 4.2 seconds is the answer. I think it's about the same, except I had a better first lap. Do do do. Get my tires. And what track are we gonna get? I hope it's the short one. Please be the short one. Please be the short one. It's the long one. Maybe we'll get the short one later. We've only had that short track appear once. I wonder if you'll only get it with certain cars. Or if it's like super rare or something. Oh well, I'll keep going. Maybe we'll get the short track for stage 6 and it'll even out. Or maybe, I feel like there might be a short track alternative for stage 4 that we might be able to get. Stage 5, the city tracks are all about the same length. Same as stage 3. Maybe the loading times interfered with your PB run. What do you mean by that? As in they might be inconsistent. I feel like this car has some good speed to it. Maybe if I got that short track, this might be viable. But as it stands, I don't even know if that's possible. I'd have to do a test and just do the first level a bunch of times until I got the short track. I feel like it might be a case where it's like just really rare to get that track. My Xbox just made a bunch of weird crackling noises, and now I'm scared. Probably wasn't anything. It does that sometimes. So, in the Skyline I was plus 215 here, and I've had the same set of tracks, so it'll be interesting to see how this car compares to the Skyline. My time is 2:07, so we saved 4 seconds on this stage. I feel like this might be very slightly faster than the Skyline. Or maybe I've just gotten better at mashing the buttons, which is also a possibility. Stage 3. And we're off. It's doing that crackle thing again. It's probably just static electricity or something. But a lot of electronic things do it, so I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Even though I'm always slightly scared of older consoles, like the Xbox, that they're going to explode randomly. Never had an old device explode on me, but the fear is there nonetheless. That was a beautiful set of corners. That was a gold split. Look at that. Someone had bong water spilled in their 360 and it still works. Well, that's good to hear. Come on, I would really like the short stage here. If it even exists on this level. It is not the short stage. But basically the short stage cuts off the entire top half of this track. Oh, it was a terrible turn. This actually seems like a really fast car once it has the turbo on it. So if I could get the short track on stage 2 with this car, if that is possible, and if it's just a luck-based thing, then this car might be able to set the record. Bonk. Is that an Acura or a Honda NSX? I think both of them are in this game. They're really just different badges. But the first gen Acura / Honda NSX is a really cool car. It's a really cool car. One of my all-time favorites. I like the new NSX as well, but not as much as the first gen. And I don't like the version that didn't have the pop-up headlights. Barely made any time on that stage. 1 second. But it was enough for a gold split. 3 out of the 4 stages so far have been gold splits. Yet I am 1 minute and 48 seconds behind. Yeah, they're really nice looking cars, the old NSXs. Disaster on the track or off-road. Well, I threw a Subaru off-road. That was probably not a smart idea on my part. Probably drives faster on the grass than on the gravel. / tarmac, which is what I actually meant. I think it might be actually faster to just take those corners normally. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. All I know is that that one corner at the end of the track, the first track, crashing into the corner there, I know that's faster. NSX, no! I went too wide. I also went too wide. I'm making a mess of this. I think I might lose some time here. I think the track of my PB was a shorter one than this. Uh-oh. Bonk. There's so many things that I need to talk about, and I keep forgetting to talk about them. Not on the stream, but with like individual people. And I can never get around to actually talking to those people. I should do that tomorrow, I guess. Ow. Oh no, the NSX is taking the lead at the last corner. It's a tragedy. No. Stage 6, 21st century. This track. The other not short track. The kinda long track, I guess you could call it. I like how in all the runs I've done today we've seen exactly one short track. What was that? Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's not like I'm gonna get a PB. This is gonna be a 25 or 26. I think for my birthday I might stream and give away a bunch of Steam games, because I have 42 codes for games to give away. So I'll maybe do like a big birthday stream or something and give a bunch, if not all of those away. I was beginning to get a bit restless. Wonder what a good game or games or thing to stream for that would be. Like a big giveaway stream. I could do Steam Shovelware. I have a bunch of Steam Shovelware to go through. I could save that for a birthday stream. I'm like a Hobbit. I never actually watched The Hobbit or any of the Hobbit movies or read any of the books. My dad tried to get me into them once, but I didn't get into them. But I've been hoarding Steam keys to give away for years. I should probably actually give them away eventually. They give other people gifts on their birthdays. I see. Your internet died for a while. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't miss much. Because we all knew this wasn't going to be a PB. And it is indeed not going to be a PB. It's a cool sort of drift. And 25:49. I saved 30 seconds there, so that was good. That was 3 gold splits in that one run. If I had gotten the short track, that could have been the record, but I didn't, so it isn't. NSX is like the Nintendo of cars. They still hold up nicely. That's true. I got the 240ZG for Quick Battle, which is just like a regular race. Single race. Congratulations, the legend of racing will never die. Thanks, RNG. Did I get the E-Type? I did. Aw, do I do a run? Well, first let me save. Good night, Yakov. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, it's the car I've wanted this whole time. And now I have it. So I should probably do a run. We can have it in all these wonderful colors. Such as... Oh, we have to do British Racing Green. It is the law. Yeah, I know I said I'm going to sleep, but I gotta do this. This will seriously be the final run. Oh man, look at how fast this accelerates. But look at how badly it turns. Oh god. Yeah, this is very Corvette-esque in its handling. Doesn't spin up the wheels quite as much. Although it still kind of does. I think it just goes to third gear earlier, which makes it more tolerable. Man, you really have to slow the thing down. Maybe it's because I'm just going physically faster. It feels like I have to brake more. The car feels sluggish. Drinking caffeine at midnight. Have fun with that. How fast can we get on this big straightaway? $120. Can we get $130? Yes, we can. $135. Oh, that was... It's a kind of a spin out there. Yeah, this car definitely needs tires. But still, I think if we want the record, we will need at least one short track. Probably only one. But it will be needed. This car's like peanut butter on rice. Pretty much. It is as bad as the Corvette was, I would say. But I also think it's slightly faster, maybe. Feels like it might be. Might be slightly more controllable. It was close to hitting the wall, but not quite hitting the wall. There's a person in Stereotone chat called Monototem. I've seen him before. Oh man, nice split. 9 seconds ahead. Clear. I'm assuming Stereotone is streaming right now. Alrighty, pray for the short track. Short track! It's a Christmas miracle. This could be the run, guys. Call your friends, call your family, tell them Tendenstilians about to get a record. Of course, now that I said that, it will probably not happen. I'll be like 1 second short or something. How did I get world record in just a few hours of playing this game? Well, I didn't get it yet. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I guess just no one's really ran this game seriously. Like, people have ran it, but only because it's on the same disc as Jet Set Radio Future. They don't actually care about it. They just picked a car at the start that they thought looked good and did that. And also iMagic. Oh, that pen gif. I love that gif. I'm a professional speedrunner. It's true. I'll put that on my resume. Thanks for the advice. I like how driving through the sand is the fastest way of getting through that corner. Two stages, 2 golds. Feeling confident. Let's do this, late 80s. It should be a short track. Okay, it's a slightly longer track, but that's alright. It's not much longer. Also, I might have gotten this track in my PB as well, I don't remember. Uh-oh. No, don't knock me off. Alright. Just a minor setback. Bit of a wobbly moment, we're fine. This track is like a deformed reverse Monza. It's also slower or faster than Monza is. It's a much smaller track. The world record is still firmly on the table. Did this exact same thing again. So for future reference, I should slow down for that corner. I think in the other car where I had this track I did not have to slow down. But this one I do. So that record is now slightly less firmly on the table. But I would still say it's pretty close to the center of the table. Only lost a second. So I want the weight reduction next. I can remember these things. I'm a thing rememberer. Early 90s. Let's go. Tin will win. I need to do something with that website. Bonk, bonk. You really miss Futurama? I was never really big into Futurama or any of those types of shows, like The Simpsons, Family Guy, etc. Bonk. Oops. I love that corner. Now, I don't know if I've explicitly said this yet, but this is really a fun game. And if you have an original Xbox and like racing games, you should really pick it up, because it's really quite fun. I mean, maybe it's nostalgia speaking, but I feel like this game holds up kind of well. Let's go. 140. 149 miles an hour as we hit the wall. You had to acquire all 23 seasons of Top Gear. That's a pretty great show. I think a lot of it is on Amazon now. Yeah, this is world record pace. I don't know what track we're going to get here. Obviously. Okay, I think this is the faster one, actually. This is good. And also the one I got in my PB. Excuse me, coming through. Oh man, this is deja vu to the SS license in this game, because it is a Jaguar E-Type on this track. It's like exactly this, except the car is stock. It's not tuned like this one is. and you have to beat a time of 1 minute 59 seconds, and it's actually really hard to do. However, it'll be really easy to do in this car because of how tuned it is. Careful. Careful, car. Uh-oh. See, I did that intentionally so I could build up more speed for this straightaway. Of course. It was planned like that all along. You know, it'd be really nice if I got the not quite long track for stage 6. But I doubt that will happen. And it won't. It's alright if it doesn't happen. 157 is this car's top speed. Also, good God, was that a loud screech. These tires have been murdered. Except not really, because this mode doesn't do tire simulation. I think the campaign mode does, though. What is this track design? It's an interesting track, certainly. But the track designs in this game are definitely better than they were in the first Sega GT, because in that game they were all basically just minor variations of the circle. There was not much variety in those tracks. Alrighty. Let's go. 40 seconds. Last stage. Whoops. World record attempts indeed, and this could very well be the world record. The record is a 23:52. It's the long track. That's alright. We got that in our PB. Ow. So I just have to not lose 18 seconds. Compared to my PB. Yeah, I think I've had to drive this long track every single run, to be fair. That was my memory of Chronicle mode, just this track all the time. That's alright, that was intentional. Oh god, I really have to be careful with these hairpins. The car really wants to get squirrely around them. Second wants to stab at me. Wouldn't that be terrible if I ended up not getting a top 3 finish on this track? Let's not even think about that. This is drive. Also, since this will likely end up on YouTube if it does end up being a world record, I would like to apologize here for the bad audio quality. I am aware, and I'm working on fixing it in the future. Apparently it's been like this for the past full year of streams, and I never noticed until, like, yesterday, so, hey, at least it's progress. Fixed a bug, that's good. It's always nice when you fix bugs and things. Come on now, don't get too squirrely on me. You're a car, not a squirrel. Don't pretend to be one. I should work more on Taco Tom too, but I've already mentioned that. Both in this stream and in other streams. Bit of a moment there, but we're alright. Sorry, I can't really read your message. It's kind of long, and I've got to focus on not messing this up. Look at that last split. You know, how it compares to the previous split. It was dead even. 23:37 is apparently a world record. So that's cool. I did it. I'm now the best Sega GT player in the world. At least in this mode. There's another mode, which is like 4 times as long. 5 times, actually. Maybe I'll speedrun that eventually, but I tend to stick to shorter runs. Did you know that the straight six stock engine was the engine of choice, but to keep performance high despite increasingly stringent emissions standards, Jaguar introduced the V12 engine? Now you do. Yep, that is the link. I don't know why that was so funny. But yeah, this is world record. I am number 1, just like my car says. Alright, I'm going to save this replay. I have to overwrite these original replays. Sure. Go for it. We are number 1. Yay, we got the Jaguar Mark II. This is also a cool car. Oh, it's not doing the big rigs your winner thing. It's just a GIF that's not centered. Who needs to center their GIFs? The legend of racing will never die. There's something sad about that picture. The legend of racing will never die one. But anyhow, let's watch that replay. Wait, no, I didn't want to. Hold on. Let's edit a replay. You can add several effects. Let's take a look at these effects for fun. Alrighty, so we can have it in grayscale, we can have it in negative, we can have it in print, we can have it in emboss. That's what I was talking about. This is how I want to watch all my replays. Clear cut, foggy, that doesn't do much of anything. Glare, that just makes everything look worse. Alright. Let's exit. Do I want to edit this replay again? No. Cool effects! Hooray for effects. I'm curious, how far away was I from my PB on the various stages? So, or from the gold split. So, only stage 3 and stage 6 is the best segment different from the segment time. And they're both like 20... stage 3 is 18 seconds, stage 6 is 37. So that has to do with getting different tracks, I think. But anyhow, I beat Sega GT 2002, except I didn't beat it, but I did beat it. I beat the run. So, thank you for watching the stream. I'm gonna go to bed. And I will see you at some other point. Now that I have the record, I guess I don't need to go back to this game, unless I want to do the Sega GT 02 run. Maybe I will, I don't know. I'll have to consider it. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Vinny. And yeah, head over to Stereotone. Might as well. We can raid him, I guess. I don't know how that will work. Just say 10 raid or something. I don't know. Or don't. I don't care. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Have a good night, and I will see you later.